Where do you see it sort of all falling apart from there?
Isaac Heaney was pretty special, wasn't he? Many parts, but he was amazing. I don't think I've seen a player impact a game like that in a quarter. Unbelievable. I think the game's probably harder than ever to maintain a lead. I'm watching last week, Freo did, Essendon did the same thing to Freo, and you just go through it. Like, we're having to go through that the last couple of weeks of, being in a position to win the game and then having to hold on. I'm just reflecting myself now without the vision in front of me, but you're thinking maybe the method's not the right one. But the competition, this is a competition thing. We started some stuff a couple of years ago. It makes it really hard to hold a lead. If you take enormous risks, and credit to Sydney, they really got their game going from contests, and here we are.
And as you sort of touched on there, you've had so much success in your time at the Pies with winning those close games. Is there something in particular you think that might have changed? And you're lucky to hang on last week, but this week,
Well, they're all different situations. Last week it was Paddy Cripps. This week it's Isaac Heaney. Look, there's so many layers to that question. Chasing a lead versus holding onto a lead. I reckon most coaches will be sitting there right now going, right, what do we need to do different? Because not many are doing it well. Last week we just hung on by fingernails, and tonight we didn't. Again, we'll have some reflection around that.
And you've taken, longer in the rooms after a game than you usually would. Is that, part of the devastation of losing a game like that, or also because of what it means for your season overall?
Oh, it hurts. It really hurts. To play well and then let a game go like that, and then it hurts. I'm sure our fans at home hurting, and we're no different. We're human. We have emotions to attach to this. It means a lot to a lot of people. So we sat and reflected on that. It doesn't feel comfortable right now sitting in this chair because there's a lot at stake in these games, isn't there?
What do you think about Daniel McStay? Do you think that should be paid with a 50-metre penalty in the final?
I reckon if it was at the MCG, it would have been paid. There's definitely an advantage with a home crowd. I thought it was a 50-metre penalty to the letter of the law. I'm sure the AFL will come out and say it's a free kick or 50-metre penalty. There's a lot of deliberates tonight too. That was a bit of a circus. So I'm sure they'll come out and justify that too. But umpires don't always get it right. That's fair.
What sort of address do you give to the team after a night like this? Obviously, a big chasing pack, needed to keep in touch with the 8, really needed that result tonight. How do you give that to the team?
Difficult. A couple of things. Probably sharing some inner stuff there, but I think when you have a result like that, we sort of speak about a couple of things. We've openly talked about what winning looks like and behaviours like that, and then losing behaviours, and I think blame's a real losing behaviour, so I'm wrestling with that at the moment, wrestling with trying to blame others or blame umpires or blame whatever, because that's really difficult when you lose. And we talk about other things, good perspective too. Where Harvey Harrison looks like he might have done an ACL today in the VFL, so put a bit of perspective on things. We lost the game, and it may mean more than that, who knows. But we talk about a bit of perspective as much as it's hurting us. Probably shared a bit more than I would like to around those things. But
for these close games, you're obviously able to do some things right. Limiting the Swans ball movement was one. But I think Darcy Cameron and Mason Cox were so influential in the air. What sort of role did you see them playing, and how did they impact the game?
Look, we invest a lot in Darcy. We trade Brodie out because we invest in Darcy, and then he repays us with not only the performance tonight, but he's had an incredible season. He's marking the ball like I've never seen him mark the ball. And we had a game plan around taking the marks away from the Swans, and they're very good at that. So to keep them, I don't know what they ended up with, but I know at half time they're 25, and so that's a real low number. I know it was a bit slippery, but they had to find another way to beat us, and good teams find another way to beat us, and they did. And I thought we executed our plan for most of the game really, really well. And again, we sit here hurting because we didn't quite get it done.
One more on Steele's side bottom. Obviously, really good matchup with Errol Goulden today. He really controlled that first 3 quarters and then sort of slipped away at the end there. But how do you take away that matchup as a whole?
Yeah, we'll wrap with Steele's performance. Like he's an elite player of the competition. He starts up their ball movement a lot, and they moved around everywhere. He's ended up in the goal square late in the game, and I thought Steele was really influential in the game. Not only stopping their best player or one of, and then impacting the game in centre bounces and other parts. And it was a terrific performance from him.
You talk about, I guess, how much this result is hurting the team. Do you think, when it came to crunch, maybe, I guess, the consequences of losing this match weighed too heavily on the players?
No, I don't think so. I think we're hurting because, maybe there is consequences at the end that may cost us. Time will tell on that. But I think we're just hurting because we performed well and let a game slip, and didn't adjust and didn't maybe handle moments like we can. And yes, I don't know. I just think this competition is such a hard one. There's small margins between everything, and the Swans are a very good team. They're sitting on top of the ladder for a reason. I know there's form is slipped away a little bit, but it's very difficult to win away from home against the top team on the table. But for most part of the night, we did a lot right, and maybe that's what's hurting us the most, is that we didn't get the job done. Maybe that's why we're hurting.
And with your, I guess, how do you approach the weekend with your percentage as it is, and wouldn't be too far out of reach for you to sort of be out of finals contention by the time the weekend's over? Do you watch it as a group or as a team, or do people splinter off into smaller groups?
Oh, we'll just meet back early in the week and get on with it. We can't control what others are doing. You can only control our own destiny, our own behaviours, and there's somewhat not an endpoint to that. We're going to get better every day. When does that stop? Into the home and away season, or into the pre-season? When does that ever stop? If you've got to catch, cry, get better every day, it's endless. So we just got to continue to be that team. And sometimes you fall off the bike, you get up quickly, or you fall off, fall over and you scun your knee, you get up quickly. Other times it might take you a day or so because you might have a bit bigger bruise. Now I'm hoping that by the time we get back to work on Monday, that we've got a few things that we can keep moving forward with.
You spoke about it a few times this year. Obviously, last year you had the pinnacle at the top of the mountain. That obviously puts a target on your back. You become the hunted. Sitting here 22 rounds in, how do you feel like the club, the team, and even you have sort of dealt with that pressure and that, I guess, being targeted? Oh,
it's a challenge to stay at the top of the ladder, and that's the Swans have gone through that. They've got a long way to go at the minute. It's probably not time to reflect on the whole season yet. There's still 2 more games that we want to do our fans proud in and perform at a higher level. So I'm sure at the appropriate time we'll reflect on all those things, the things we can look back on and learn good lessons. This is probably one we're living right now is a really good lesson for us. Where it eventuates and expresses itself in the future, that's the unknown. But this competition teaches lots of lessons. It's just whether you're ready to listen to them. Thank you, guys.